Hello. I'm actually currently live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time because I can. I have two phones. I was going to actually do a third streaming service at this same time for this, but I chose against it. Hello, I am in my shop. I'm here at Fonco Studios, where my studio, MTS Props, exists. And this is where I do a lot of filming. In fact, I filmed yesterday with Scott Farkas from A Christmas Story, and that video is processing over there on the old computer machine, and will go up tonight. Oh, let's see. Oh, Smoking Glue Guns. Hello. How are you, Prop Father? I'm good. I'm hanging out in my shop right now. I wanted to do a live, actually two lives because I'm live on YouTube as well right now because I've only ever gone live on YouTube a couple of times. And some of you may be wondering, what am I doing in my shop today? Well, boringly enough, I'm measuring a book. This is, as you can see, Principles of Marketing from 1983. So if I do something to this book, probably no one's going to care because I actually have to ruin this book for what I'm doing. In August, I'll actually be doing a talk at UCLA about how prop books are made for film. And I'm going to make some prop books. And I'm going to make those prop books from this, Principles of Marketing from 1983. I'm pretty sure everything in this is outdated, but I needed something with a very smooth cover on the outside, no embossing. So I picked this up for $1 here in LA. And I'm going to coat it in white glue. And then once that's cured, it'll create a seal against the mold rubber that's going to go around it. And then I'm going to make prop books from foam because I can. Blah, blah, blah. Hello, everybody. Indy here, as in Indiana. Hello. Oh, is that Island? I don't know how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. If anyone's interested in seeing me in arguably better lighting, go check it out on YouTube because it's also live over there. Johnny Rico, what's going on, buddy? What part of Indianapolis or Indy are you from, Mike Zook? Oh, I haven't done a live in a while, so I'm a little rusty at it. From Indianapolis. Okay, I lived in Martinsville for some time. You may know that already. I don't know. Oh, lives are so weird because from Kokomo, very good. That's actually a cute little town. There's a really nice makerspace there that I've been to many, many times. A good friend of mine actually runs it, Nan. Yeah, I've forgotten how to do lives is what it's come down to. Hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you on live again. Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, Michigan City. Yeah, that was north of us. I drove through there a couple of times on the way to Chicago, where I moved to for a minute, and then I moved out of there, and then I moved here to Los Angeles. I left my coffee over there. Make sure to hold your hand in front of the label so it doesn't get caught on camera. Can you please explain about straps on prop money? You talking about the paper straps on prop money? That's a question over on YouTube, TikTokerinos. Can't wait to get a drink at Dragon Con with you and Mrs. It is most unfortunate, but I will not be able to do Dragon Con this year. I was at NocoCon, yes. Hello, long time, not enough seeing you. Grew up in Indy. So somebody asked about the paper straps around money. Now, bear with me a moment, because I'm going to go get my box full of money and explain all this. Because it's a common thing to see in film. Ooh, thing's heavy. Forget how heavy money is. This is a box full of money. See, money dollars. That's what I keep in there. And the straps they're referring to are these. This is the strap they're referring to. Now, I get them like this, just in a bag full of stuff, and they're just glued in place. It's the reason that they're different so often in film from money to money is that money is different from money to money. What I'm holding here, for those of you who can see it, this is actually, is this what I think it is? Yes, this is called blue money, this one right here. And the reason it's called blue money is because it has a fake magnetic strip in it, right there, and it's blue in tint, whereas in real life they're not. And it gets that term, blue money. And of course this is, if you flip it around, you can see motion picture use only, motion picture use only. It's fake, as is tradition with film, because you don't want to use real money on set because it's an insurance issue, it's a liability issue, and also it's expensive because this stuff does tend to get lost. But it's really dependent on who prints this stuff. Now this stuff, I believe this was printed by propmoney.com. Yeah, this is propmoney.com stuff, much in the same way that this extremely convincing $1 bill is prop money. Now, Earl Hayes, who I've worked with a lot, as many of you know, these are their sort of filler $5 bills. They look quite a bit different. They look off, and they're supposed to, because the Secret Service takes umbrage with people printing money, as you would expect. But that's why the straps always look different. They're called wrappings on money, these things. It's just dependent on who prints them. But I also, a lot of you have seen American monies on screen. But I don't know how, every now and again when you watch a foreign film, you'll see foreign money. And I have a bunch of that too. I have a bunch of euros right here. And they're, having lived overseas and had to use these things for many years, these are extremely convincing. And this is more stuff from propmoney.com. But I really liked their money. But it is so very close. But when you see a big bag of money, what you're seeing is mostly these. They're called fillers. You'll notice that they're just colored on the edge. But that's what prop money looks like. And you'll have a stack sometimes that's full of printed money, or you'll have, oh dear, that fell apart. That's not good. Or you'll have a paper bag filled with money, but it'll just be the bills on the edges that are actually printed. The inside will be fillers, blanks. And that's done to save money. No pun intended. I realized what I did there. What else is in here? I haven't looked in here in a while, so I've kind of forgotten how much money I have. It's all fake, of course, so it's totally useless for paying bills. Have you seen the new Canadian money? I have. I actually have some of the new Canadian money. A friend of mine sent it to me. Maker Josh, can you explain how you get started in film and how someone could do the same? Boy, howdy, if I knew how to do that, I'd have started a whole lot earlier. I fell into this by accident. I actually made prop replicas, like the glaive from Krull, as a hobby. I did it because I liked movies and I liked the process of building. I'm a maker by nature. And I started replicating what I saw on screen, and then I started posting it online, and then this silly app, TikTok, somebody saw me doing it, and people liked it, telling stories about props and the people that made them. And people started paying attention, and then a guy reached out and said, hey, work on my TV show. That TV show happened to be Magnum PI. And I went and I worked on Magnum PI, and then I went from working on Magnum PI to a little Paramount film called Babylon. And interestingly, the thing I made for Babylon is right behind me. So I'm actually going to turn the cameras a little bit so everybody can see them. But that camera right there, I made that for Babylon. That was the master that I used to make the mold for the rubber stunt cameras that were run over by horses. That was the first actual prop I made for a feature film, a major feature film, was this camera. And it's entirely fake. Everything about it is fake. What's your favorite dinosaur? The ichthyosaur. What is my favorite prop that I own? Right now it's that one, right there. People on YouTube can't see it. Crap. That right there. That was given to me by Joel Hodgson. And I did an interview with Joel Hodgson in the lead up to what was supposed to be the 14th season of Mystery Science Theater 3000. And it just didn't get enough funding, so it didn't happen. But the interview survives, and my editor is actually currently editing it now. But that is one of the prototype backjack models that Joel made himself for one of the earlier seasons, I think during the Netflix era of MST3K. And he signed it to Mike Movie Sign, Joel, and gave it to me. So that's actually one of my favorite pieces that I own. Because of the story, because I got to interview this guy who was so much a part of my childhood. What items are in your shadow boxes? Well, that's the glaive from Krull. That's one of the cookies from Everything Everywhere All at Once. The prop master, Josh Bramer, a good friend of mine, gave that to me. That's one of the bars of soap from Fight Club. It's a matchbook from The Fifth Element. There's more over here, but I'm not going to turn the cameras. And you can kind of see them, but those are FBI IDs from X-Files. Give me the vote. Well, thank you very much. Just got a #1 gifter badge. You're amazing. Hello, Firetone. I'm trying to find the font on those straps because I'm working on making some. So you can kind of just do what you want, to be honest with you. It's best that you don't use the accurate font for anything involving money. For safety's sake, be a little bit off, and you'll be better off that way because you won't run afoul of ye olde Secret Service, which nobody wants that, I assure you. Leave the Secret Service out of everything you do. But I have a bunch of different ones here, and they all appear to be different fonts. Now these, you can get these, I got this off of Amazon for nothing. So it's quite cheap to buy them. So you don't have to, I mean, cut that out and just go buy them. Thank you for letting me know. Of course, as someone who works as a banker, second thing. Yeah, don't make your stuff too nice. Because if you make it too nice, then certain alphabet agencies in the government come and pay you a visit, and then that's never good for anyone. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I haven't done a live in a while, but this worked out well because somebody asked me about money, and none of you can see it. Actually, some of you might be able to see it if I can figure out how to flip the camera around. But behind the camera, over that way, is actually my kit, my prop master's kit. I am a working prop master here in Los Angeles, here in Tinseltown. And my kit, the props and the rotables and all the bits and bobs you need on set as a prop master are all behind the camera, including this big box. Oh, money. That's just all various kinds of money in different reposes, so to speak, and different levels of quality, because some of this stuff, it's not great. Some of it's pretty bad, but I still keep it around. Is this one of them? Oh, yeah. One of my favorite things about foreign currency is British foreign currency. Well, was that a money gun? I have two of those, as a matter of fact, but I'm not going to use them here because they make a huge mess. But this is a 20-pound note, and this is made by, who is this made by? I don't actually know who it's made by. It doesn't have a maker's mark on it. Anyway, oh wait, is that it? No, it's not. But one of my favorite things is the different ways that money is changed to make it legal. Now, for anybody who is of British persuasion, that's, fairly passable, right? As a 20-pound note. Like, oh, here's a 20-pound note, done. That sells. On camera, that sells. It's perfect. But if you start to look at it closely, and I'll bring it close to the camera for both of you. Of course, I need to turn it around so you can see it. That says 20 pound. 20 pound. I love those little details. The little details that are added in to make things look off. I really dig it. What's the spaceship looking thing? That is one of the prototype backjacks made for Mystery Science Theater 3000. It was actually made by Joel Hodgson himself, the creator of MST3K, and then he gave it to me. He actually signed it to me. And it is one of my favorite things I own. But it's made from junk, as is tradition, but it's, to Mike, movie sign, Joel. It's really cool. And I did an interview with him about how the puppets came to being and how they were built. And I did it on set at MST3K in Philadelphia. And that interview is being edited now. So it'll come up here soon, hopefully. But my editor's busy. Not as busy as they would like to be because the movie industry is kind of on a hold right now. But there is Bill's life from one episode from Doctor Who. And someone was like, debating on getting a large-sized Sulaco model. Well, I'm trying to talk myself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Do it. The paper's wrong. Oh yeah, absolutely. The paper is wrong with movie money. You don't. So, at least U.S. currency is made out of something more akin to cotton than it is paper. And this stuff is just paper. And speaking of which, I was talking about fillers earlier. This is a fine example of a filler stack of hundreds. You have a $100 bill and fillers behind it. That's it. And even the back is nothing but fillers. This is like if you opened a bag of money and you see stacks and stacks and stacks of $100 bills. This is really what's in there. It's just all blanks underneath that top bill. This is cheaper. And boy, howdy do we like cheap. Howdy from Chicago. We met at O'Hare. Ah, very good. Uh, what is that? My screen's cracked. What is your fave prop you own? It's that thing, the backjack from MST3K. Does Earl Hayes produce things like metal badges or just print them? No, they do not make metal badges, actually. Everything that they do is paper or paper adjacent. The metal badges themselves, my metal badges come from a guy named John, who is actually coincidentally the same guy who got me into the industry. So he has a thing called a spin caster, which I'm going to do a video about how spin casters work and how metal badges are made. And it's actually, I'll take it off the wall so you can see it. But these are my X-Files. This is my X-Files ephemera that I have. These badges, these medallions in the FBI badges, those were actually came from a jeweler by the name of Maggie Spack Brown. And if anybody works in the film industry has ever heard the name Maggie Spack Brown, you will know that she was pretty much the jeweler for Hollywood. She made everything for film going back to the original Star Trek series. And I was very fortunate to meet her and visit her shop a couple of years ago before she retired. But these came from her molds, and these molds were made from a real FBI medallion. So these are actually too nice to use on screen. But for my purposes of having a replica in my shop, that's fine. But no, Earl Hayes does not make metal castings. That's done by specific shops or prop masters like John, who own a spin caster. Now, to make those kinds of things, he actually starts out with 3D prints and then puts them in a mold. And I'll do a whole video on how a spin caster works because they're so much fun. We used them to make a whole bunch of Phoenician coins and $20 St. Gaudens Walking Liberty gold coins, fakes clearly, out of tin, out of just pot metal. Taxidermy sunfish on adjacent wall. I do not have a taxidermy sunfish in here. I have a lot of stuff in here, but I don't have a taxidermy sunfish. Do you got prop knives? Knives. Yes, I do. Love vintage spun cast minis. Yeah, it was an old way of making miniatures too. Greetings from Joliet. Recently got the Ecto 1 plate from Earl Hayes, and now looking to get a shadow box. Put it in. I have one of those. It's right there. It's just out of shot, but I have one. I have all kinds of stuff from Earl Hayes. Obviously. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, everybody, share the lives. Would you share the lives and follow me on all the social medias and stuff? I'm trying to build up my social media channels more because they've kind of stagnated for a while. I don't see Vigo. Where's he at? Vigo is actually still in Chicago. I have a smaller version of Vigo over there next to my desk, but there's other stuff over there I can't have on camera. The one that's autographed by the artists who created him. And if you want to learn more about that, go to my YouTube channel and watch the video about the making and creation of the Vigo painting. I actually interviewed the original artists who painted it. It's part of the props to his history of the series. I think it's episode 3 or 4. I want to do more of those, but they cost money and I don't have it. Ugh, nobody's working. Lost my train of thought. I really enjoy your shirts. Always learn something new about props. That was the whole goal, because I really like this subject matter. And I love telling those stories. And sharing all that information with people is a way for me to nerd out about the thing I really... That happened. Nothing bad. A lid fell because I'm at my workbench here and it doesn't have anything behind it, so stuff falls off. The ocean sunfish or common mola is one of the largest bony fish in the world. They also dive extremely deeply. They eat octopi, as it turns out. I have softened on my view of the mola. I really enjoyed this. Oh yeah, thanks for making great videos. Well, thank you. I have many more coming out very soon, including one involving an aircraft carrier at sea. That's not hyperbole. I was on an aircraft carrier and filmed on board, and it is movie related, as a matter of fact. But of course, I can't talk about an aircraft carrier without talking about the history of it. So, Monster Caesar Studios. I understand, Monster Caesar Studios, that you were at Monster Palooza. I missed you because I was also there. Makes me sad. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, no, I haven't done a live in a while. Everybody follow me and share this crap and stuff because Particularly on TikTok, actually, strangely. I have 300 some thousand followers. Oh, you missed it. Oh, you were at Wonderfest. That's what it was. I need to go to Wonderfest. I'm probably going to go to Wonderfest next year, and I'll go to Son of Monster Palooza here because I really like Monster Palooza. On TikTok particularly, I have like 300 some thousand followers, and my videos just stagnate. No one sees them. So if anybody wants to do me a solid and go to TikTok and just start sharing all my videos and liking them and just do all that crap and following. Did you hear they're making another Spaceballs movie? I saw an article that said they were, but I've seen nothing that says that they are, if that makes any sense. That's been a thing that's been going around for some time. I know there's people attached to the project, but those projects come up and people get attached to them, but then they never get made. So until I actually hear that they're building sets, I'm gonna hold off on being excited, and then also I'm gonna hold off on finding out who the art director is so that I can go work on it. Josh Gad posted that the cat was out of the bag. I'm gonna have to look into it because until I see like something solid about it, I'm always hesitant to get excited. Love your videos, especially the ones with Earl Hayes. What has been the most surprising or oh my god item you have found so far? The letter of transit from Casablanca. It is the MacGuffin of the movie, and none survive, and I found one in a file. It's the only one left. Oh, Danny, what's up, buddy? I still want to see them make a Thunderbirds movie. That'd be about it. They did, actually, didn't they? Didn't they make one? Or Thundercats, yeah. I was talking about that yesterday. Aren't prop masters just the next level of handyman? Actually, no. Prop masters are organizers. That's the primary job, is to organize, is to bring together and organize. And a lot of prop masters don't build. They don't have the time. They don't do their own builds. They organize the builds. They organize the people that do the builds. I am a maker as well. I started out as a prop maker, but I'm also a prop master now. So I can make my own stuff, but I also know that on a larger production, I'm going to have to hire people to do it, because the bigger it gets, the more there is to be made. So you become more of a supervisory person as a prop master than you are a maker. So yes, a lot of prop masters make stuff, but a lot, they have to farm it out, and that's just how it goes. How many NDAs are you under? Yes. Are there certain lost items that you're actively searching for at Earl Hayes? Yes. What they are, I can't say. For very different reasons. Now, people's views on prop masters they vary, because I know some prop masters that make absolutely everything for their shows, if they can. Some stuff they can't because it's so big and grandiose or so complex, or it's going to take so much time to have someone else do it. And then there are some prop masters who never have made a thing. They just act in a supervisory role, and that's pretty much what it is. Think of it like, you have your director, who's at the top of the food chain, and then you have a few more down, and then you have your art director, who's over the entire art department, and that's where I fall under, is the art department. So the art director is my boss as prop master. So and the art director is covering everything: sets, costumes, wardrobe, hair, makeup, all that. The art director oversees all that, and my avenue of it is props. So I'm taking care of that. So it's just one of the many steps on the ladder down in a production, and that's what a prop master is. The hot glue gun died. Oh no. Hello there, General Kenobi. What materials have you found used in the past props that aren't widely available anymore, but you'd love to see make a resurgence in the industry? Not a one. The reason that stuff doesn't get used anymore is because it's generally too toxic. Like, old casting materials tended to be either plaster, which is fine, but then you used to make molds out of plaster too, or it was something horrible and causes cancer. So none of it, actually. Material science has advanced so much that in most cases it's not worth going backwards. How do you? Loved your mount video. Thank you very much, Colonel Dave. Do you have a personal favorite screen used piece that you own or seen in person? Yeah, the 11-foot filming model of the Nostromo from 1979. Alien. No, is that 77? I'm tired. But yeah, as far as materials from the past, leave them there. If they're no longer used, it's for a reason, you know, because they're generally awful. Heidi ho. Cool. Yeah, I think it's cool. But yeah, so I've been planning on doing lives. Oh crap, stuff keeps falling off. I plan on doing lives regularly from multiple channels at the exact same time, like I'm doing today. Aliens with 79, 77 stars. Thank you. Because right now I'm currently live on both TikTok and YouTube. And I mean to do this again, but with the third one from Instagram, because I just want to have multiple live. Now, I haven't done a live in a while, so I didn't even plan this. I'm doing it because I'm waiting for video to process so that I can release another video tonight. And it should be close to done. Fingers crossed. Like the blue skin paint that almost unalived Virginia Hay from Farscape. It made her very ill, yeah. Ask Tom Spina how fun old materials are working with. Tom is a good friend of mine, so I've had many chats with him about that. How many prop guys on average work on a single film? There is no such thing as an average. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's a couple hundred. It can depend on what it is, but then you're also adding in that case, of the couple hundred, contractors that like, I know this guy who makes this thing really, really well. But I know this girl over here who makes this thing really, really well, and they're on opposite sides of the country. So I hire them to do it. So you add all those people, and then the people that help them, and they tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and you end up with the old adage is that it takes a village to make a movie. It really does. There's thousands of people involved in the production of a film. So it's at least a major film. I mean, I've been involved in movies where it was 4 of us, and that was it. I wore many hats. Have you had or used any props from The Fifth Element? I have one right behind me, actually. This is one of the screen-used gloves for the Mangalores from The Fifth Element. It's actually foam rubber, but that's one of the screen-used gloves. You can see it's deteriorating because it's what it does. But yeah, that's actually from The Fifth Element. I have a bunch of other crap from The Fifth Element in here. Dude needs a manicure. Nick, what's up, buddy? I haven't talked to you in an age. How's New York treating you? Dope. It is dope. It's cool to have all this crap around me. I actually got this recently from a good friend of mine who shall remain nameless, because I don't think they want their name out there. That's actually one of the Death Frisbees from Predator 2. It's a stunt casting that never got used, but that's actually one of the ones from the film. Amazing. Just doing some work on my Dragon Con lineup and procrastinating on TikTok. Sounds right. I, unfortunately, I'm going to have to forego Dragon Con this year. I'm not going to be able to do it. Is the Casablanca letter your oldest prop? No. Actually, my oldest prop is from 1927, and it's from Metropolis, actually. I have one of the Metropolis money bills. It's at my house in a frame. It's the oldest piece I own. Huge fan of The Rocketeer. Can you please do more stuff on The Rocketeer? Probably, yeah. I prefer to do stuff about props when I have them available. Because you'd rather see them than have me talk about them most of the time. I thought it was a Predator 2 disc on the wall. Well, you were right, because that's precisely what it is. It's the Predator 2 disc. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know of any advancement in preserving old latex foam? Always sad to see iconic props slowly rotting away. Putting more latex on it. That's pretty much all you can do. Tom Spina, of Tom Spina Designs in New York, that's what he does. He restores and preserves old props. And there's a lot of videos out there about him doing it. Don't try to do it yourself, for God's sake, but if you have an old prop, have him do it, a professional do it. There's a bunch of other people that do it, but Tom's the most well-known. And his team is magnificent. But that's, after talking with him, that's pretty much the consensus, is you just have to replace the old deteriorated latex rubber because it's gone. You only screen-used Star Wars props. I did at one time, and I traded them. I filmed with a lot of them, but I don't own any currently. You knew. the sound is better on TikTok versus this app. Is it? No, that sucks. Well, maybe I'll set up a lav mic for YouTube so that YouTube sound is better because I want people to follow me on YouTube. Hint, hint. Go follow me on YouTube. Somehow, I went from like 17,000 subscribers on YouTube to like 43,000 in the last couple of months. So I'm trying to hit 100K because I want the stupid plaque to hang up on my wall. Damn it. I don't know why I'm so covetous of that plaque, but I am. I need validation, kids. Go subscribe on YouTube's. Hey, I'm on YouTube. Very good. Subscribe and share it with your friends. I just found out my friend Lance owns the African Queen in Key Largo. Ah, I know Lance. Well, I've met Lance. I can't say we're friends or anything, but I think it's great that the African Queen, from one of the greatest Humphrey Bogart films of all time, The African Queen, survives, and you can actually take tours on it. What is the movie Robot Dracula about? It's about two friends that meet in high school and fall in love, but because of life, they get separated apart and live their own lives for a few years, and then through happenstance of, you know, the very stereotypical and rather kitschy high school reunion, they meet again. But then there's a terrorist attack, and they have to fight their way through it, and in that, they bond again, but not as lovers, more as friends. And in that process, the dude in this finds out that this girl who he'd been in love with all this time is actually working for the terrorists, but joke's on her because he's actually a robot Dracula. What is the dumbest prop that took longer to make than it should have? I have no idea. There's so many. There, I have you in stereo. What do you think of The Acolyte? I haven't watched it yet. What was the slime on the first Ghostbusters movie made out of? I think it was largely KY jelly. That's my love life in a nutshell. That was my first girlfriend. That's the story I just told. I'm a robot Dracula is what it comes down to. What is your favorite prop that was the simplest in design? I'd have to think about that one. I don't know. That's actually a peculiar question because simplest in design can mean 100 things. Do you have any favorite prop? Mine's Obi-Wan's lightsaber from A New Hope. I'm so bored with lightsabers. I'm nothing against people who like them. I'm so bored with them because it's all anybody makes. Make something else. Lightsabers are boring. To me. That's me. That's if you like them, like them. Like the things you like. I don't care for them. I like the originals because of how they were made. The rest of them are kind of meh to me. Evening. What's up, John? How you doing? Mr. Mixer. My wife is about to buy a bunch of parts from you, Mr. Mixer. Do you have any favorite prop? Mine's Obi-Wan's lightsaber. So my favorite prop of all time, is actually not a prop at all. It's a filming model. And it is the 30-foot filming model of the Event Horizon from 1997's Event Horizon. It was 30 feet long. It doesn't survive anymore. One of my favorite props is the Buick from Rain Man. I'd say that's a weird discussion that I've had with people before. Do movie cars count as props? Maybe. I don't know. There's some footage shot at the museum for a history show. Oh, very good. I love the simplicity of Obi-Wan's communicator for the prequels because it was a lady's shaver with some bits on it. Who's your favorite builder when you can't or don't want to build? Who's my favorite builder? Like somebody that I'll go watch? Like on YouTube or something like that? Hand Tool Rescue. I could just zone out and watch his videos, and also Craftsman, Steady Craftin'. His voice is a panacea to my stress. I love watching that. Someone you'll buy from. I'll buy from Craftsman because he makes all kinds of fun toys. I've actually bought some of his toys. But as far as prop makers go, I really like the work of, as far as like Star Wars stuff goes, I really like the work of, I don't remember his username, but I know that his site is like Be Your Own Scoundrel. And he makes really hyper accurate DL-44s, the Han Solo blaster. I would buy those because they're really good. It's going well, Will. Thank you. The Spaceballs lightsaber, the Schwartz. Are you planning on doing more with Adam Savage? Can't answer that. They interviewed one of our members who was a 101 driver. Oh, fantastic. Voodoo driver, huh? Have you ever gone on the WB Studios tour? I can't answer that. Boo. How's the new shop? It's nice. It's nice. The sound in here isn't great yet because I got to put up some sound deadening stuff. But I really like it because I have a great place to film from. I have a great place to work and build stuff. But also, all my kit is back there. And I'll turn the cameras around here in a bit so you can see what I'm talking about when I say kit. But also, I'm in Fawnco Studios, one of the best model shops in all of Hollywood. And I have access to all the machinery and equipment here. So I can literally build anything. Not that I have the skill to do it, but I could if I had the skill. Most surprising thing you discovered about a prop? I discovered one that was thought to be real was actually a fake. I cannot say which one it was or what the circumstances were because of lawyers, but that was the most surprising thing. He flew under a bridge on the St. Lawrence in a 101. Fantastic. Need Carps Sparky type, 20 plus years experience. Thinking of leaving New York for LA. I would wait. I'd wait until, weirdly enough, my birthday. So my birthday is in 2 weeks, right? The 27th of June. And that date is my birthday, but that's meaningless to me. The reason that that date is auspicious to me is because that is the end of negotiations between the AMPTP and IATSE, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, the union that I belong to. And that will decide, or at least have a lot of bearing on whether there's going to be a strike or we're going to go back to work. So everyone wish me as happy a birthday as possible so that I get what I want for my birthday, which is to go back to fucking work. Is it considered a model if it's larger than the original? Depends on what it's used for. But yeah, I mean, it's a model. Yeah. It looks awesome. Very chock full of memorabilia. No, it isn't. That was last year. What was last year? Happy pre-birthday. Thank you. Mine is on Monday. Happy birthday to you. Model enlarged to show texture. Yeah, I mean, there are those. There are the oversized, like the ring from Lord of the Rings, which was about this big around for a lot of the close-up shots. So that would still technically be a model. It's what's called an oversized prop. Your birthday was last year, I remember. Oh yeah, no, I have one every year, actually. You beat me to the ring example, because I'm good at this. Wishing you the best and early happy birthday. Thank you very much. Are there any prop mysteries you might feature on here? Well, prop mysteries are a weird thing. Like, I could talk about them. But unless I can prove them, I don't want to say anything. So, Alice in Wonderland, happy unbirthday to you. Well, thanks awfully. Then there's the big miniatures. Bigatures, yes, which you have to be really careful how you pronounce that, because otherwise it sounds like a very unpleasant term. What's your favorite prop you made yourself? Probably that camera that I made for Babylon. 2 days past Leon Day, or reverse Noel, or half of Christmas. Are we already past the halfway point for Christmas? That's nonsense. If he talks about them, then they won't be a mystery anymore. Well, there'll still be a mystery if I don't have an answer to the mystery. There's a full-size model of the Arrow built for CBC show on the Arrow. Yes, there was. I think it's in a museum now, isn't it? Didn't it survive? I have the hiccups. Sorry. Oh, God. I haven't seen you in a while. It's because I haven't done a live in a while. And I kind of forgot how to do them. Because I started this live with no actual intent to do anything specific. But then I talked about money. And I understand that people can gift people a money gun. Because I think somebody gave me one on TikTok. Is that a thing that you can do now? Because if that happens, I have a real money gun. And I'll go get it. And I'll shoot money all over my shop. It sounds so dirty saying it that way. But if that's the case, yes, it survived. Oh, good. I'm glad. Glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. There is a money gun gift. Is there now? Prove it. The road to 10,000. Is people still doing that? See, I'm stuck at like 330 some thousand, or however many I have. I don't know, 381,000. I've actually been losing followers. I don't know why. But nobody's watching my videos either. So TikTok is not showing them to anyone, which is nonsense. So like go through and like bump up all my videos if you would to try and defeat this horrible algorithm that has decided that I am boring. I'd love to, but I can't afford a rose. Sorry, bud. It's okay. I tried. Will you be doing anything else with the HP? I'm currently doing stuff with the HP. Do you ever do copies of the Sports Almanac from Back to the Future? Well, Earl Hayes Press did. They did a bunch. They were for sale for a while. Just sent a gift. Well, thank you very much for sending gifts. I appreciate it. Ferganator joined. Good morning. We'll be doing anything else with the HP? There's a full cockpit of the Arrow in a museum in Ontario. That's cool. Ah, hat and mustache. Very close, but not a money gun. I want to see the money gun. Show me the money gun. I am too poor to pay attention. I understand. I've been there. Was it Joker money at the end that they didn't show in close-up? TikTok deleted 2/3 of my followers. Reckon they were bots. Possibly. It's called Gem Gun on here. Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. Well, it's because I haven't done a live in a long time. Hope you're coming to Comic-Con this year. I don't know if I'm going to have time. Because I know that there's a downturn in everything. But I have a lot of things scheduled. And I don't know if I'm going to have time. As we get closer to it, I'll know. But I just don't know if I'll have time. I've been invited to it. But I just don't know if I can. There it is. Oh, somebody gave me one. So now I have to go get mine. So don't go anywhere. I got to go right. You know what? I'm going to turn the cameras around. Hold on. Everybody, hold on. So behind here is my kit. The sound is, oh God. YouTube just, I'll turn that light off in a second, YouTube. Hold on. Okay, so this is some of my kit back here. This is, you're just seeing the door, kids. But all these shelves, and they go for a while that way. This is all props and prop-related things. On both apps, I very rarely get notifications. DragonCon maybe? DragonCon, no, sadly. No DragonCon for me this year. Oh my goodness gracious, not millennial enough. How are you doing, old friend? MSC3K. So I have to go get my money gun, which I saw it yesterday, so I think I actually know where it's at. Bin's full of crap, man. So I was wrong. Too much stuff. So I did a video about this not long ago. The money gun. And it just looks like a brick with a handle. So I'm going to turn these back around. Because there's stuff there that I don't want you guys focusing on. Getting any ideas. So, we're back from outer space. Don't turn around now. Etc. But this is a money gun, and yes, it looks like a brick with a handle on it, but it's got a little slot in there. And for those of you who can see it, there's a little wheelie boy right there, and that rotates. So what you do, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to just use a handful of money, like loose dollars. And I'm not going to put a whole lot in there because it makes a huge mess, as you can imagine. But you just put them in there like that. Get in there. And then they sit in like this. And then, like, say you're filming a scene where there's some dancers who would get money thrown at them. Or a music video where money rains down. It just spits out money. That's what a money gun does. It's exactly what it says on the tin, as a matter of fact. Now I gotta clean that up. Now there's $100 bills everywhere. First world problem. How common? Cool grave. Can you tell us about it? It's the glaive from Krull. It's a replica. It's not real. Oh my God, that's shiny. Boo! I even enjoyed meeting you at DragonCon a few years back. Well, thank you very much. I enjoyed DragonCon. I'll keep circulating the tapes. But yeah, no, that's a money gun. So while you can do the TikTok thing and gift it, I have a real one. I actually have two of these because if you have one, you have none. I always have a spare. So that's my spare money gun. That's, I think, the spare, actually. Love your work. Thank you very much. Thank you. One moment. I got to check and see. where the thing is at. So we're almost done with processing video so that I can then edit video. So this is my first foray into doing a live in a long time. So thank you all for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I am going to kick rocks right now and edit some video so that I can post it everywhere on the internet for everyone to see. Can you write Adventures of Pluto Nash? I probably could. I don't expect it would be good. How often do both the main and spare props fail on set? Very rarely. Love your work. Thank you. Well, I love you too. Thank you. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Really appreciate it. Go like and subscribe and share and blah, 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 blah. All of my social media platforms. I really do appreciate it. I know this is short, but this was an experiment to see if it would work. And as it turns out, it did. So check out all of my social medias at Props History. And here pretty soon, I'll introduce you to my rental shop / rental studio where you can come and film. And I will work as a prop master on your productions if you so choose. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. I love you all. And Props History. Now the awkward part where I got to turn everything off and it's still rolling. This is terrible. And it's like a Midwest goodbye. I think TikTok just got stuck.